The 1.5 million coin set in Madden 25 Ultimate Team that takes you 20 seconds to complete. Let's talk about this. Now, Soul family, and welcome back to another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. Without further ado, I'm excited to reveal this one. Let's talk about it. Now, I can't lie to you. The set in itself is very simple to complete. It's not going to take you very long, but the major part of this video is going to be understanding whether or not it's worth completing, understanding whether or not the numbers are there, how you can do these calculations at home, what players you got to be buying and selling and picking. There's a lot to talk about here. But the set that I'm going to be focusing on is one that I don't think really anyone has talked about on YouTube. I want you going on over to your program team diamonds right here, and you might be thinking, Swifty boy, are you going to tell me to do this Julius Pepper set? Because this Julius Pepper set, it takes a very, very long time to complete. No, I'm not. If you go on over to the newest ticker, go to team diamonds, go to newest, you're going to see there's a 95 overall team diamond champion swap exchange set. Now, the way this set works is pretty simple. You go through here, you buy a 95 overall team diamond, which is very, very expensive in itself, and a 92 overall team diamond, and then you are able to exchange that for any other 95 overall diamond. Now, in theory, the way this is going to work is we're going to go through, buy the cheapest 95 overall team diamond, add in a 92 overall team diamond, and turn that into whoever is the most expensive 95. And assuming there's profit margin in here, well, this would be worth completing. Now, how do we determine if there's profit margin? What player do we want to buy? What player do we want to sell? What player do we want to pick? A lot of questions when we're spending 1.5 million coins to get a set done. Let's answer all of it. Now, the first and simply easiest way to see whether or not this set is going to be profitable is going on over to mutt.gg. I am going to leave this exact filter linked down below in the description. And number one, the first thing you do when you click on this filter is go on over to the prices tab and set whatever console you play on. I've got it on PlayStation 5. If you're on Xbox Series S, be sure you are putting it to Xbox Series S. I'm going to put it back to PlayStation because PlayStation's what I'm using. This is an important dashboard though, important to know. Now, once you're on this filter right here, don't necessarily worry about these first two cards, but the thing you're going to be looking for is you want to see whether or not there's a 400,000 coin gap between the most expensive 95 overall player and the least expensive. So right now it's saying the most expensive cards are Deshaun Jackson, Dentari Poe, and Ryan Clark. Those cards are selling at about 1.6 to 1.5 mil. And then the least expensive player right here, when we scroll on down and we click number 3 to take us to page number 3, is Rashad Jones, who's selling for 1.3 mil. There is a relatively sizable gap in there. That's important to note. Now, once you verify that yes, there's a big gap in the prices between the least expensive and the most expensive card, then you can move on to step number 2. And step number 2 is going to be actually applying these numbers to the set. So right now, I know I can buy Alex Mack at 1.34 million coins. I can buy the 92 overall team diamond at, let's say, 100K. It's pretty easy to find them for 100,000 coins. I am in for about 1.44 million coins to get this set completed. Now I got to see whether or not there's a 95 overall team diamond who's selling for like 1.6 or more, because again, EA Sports is taking a good bit of tax. Now, how do you see whether or not there's a 95 overall player selling that price point? Well, there's going to be a lot of cards that will look like they're selling for a lot. Oh my God, 1.12. I'm buying this in today's video. This is a very, very good deal because I know I'm doing this set. We just spent 1.1 mil. Hey, that's going to be a really good deal for this video. But regardless, I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I was supposed to save that for a little bit later in the video when I actually buy the 95. But in order to determine who are the most expensive cards, you're going to look at the filter that I just showed you. I want you looking at the most expensive cards right here, and I want you checking them on your auction block. So Ryan Clark, Dentari Poe, Deshaun Jackson, I'm going to look at those 3 players, and I would say realistically, the best cards to select are players whose teams are still in the playoff, because if you want to build a theme team around one of these teams, you're going to have to buy this 95 overall team diamond, and you're going to want to see a card that looks like they're expensive on mutt.gg. So on the Chiefs one, I don't see Dentari Poe posted up, which means, I mean, that could be a decent set to complete. He'd be the only one on the block. For Deshaun Jackson right here, this card is up for 1.99 mil. If I sold mine for 1.8, we'd still have a ton of profit in there. Now, other teams that are still in the playoffs, we got the Bills, but I don't really think the Bills card is that amazing if I remember correctly, and there's only one posted up. Bruce Smith at 1.79. You know, there would be profit margin in there. And then final one is going to be Washington, who I don't see. In terms of the mutt.gg filter, it said Ryan Ryan Clark was also pretty expensive, so we'll take a look at Steelers right here. And again, all you're doing is kind of using your judgment and picking which card seems to be the most expensive. For me, it's either Dontari Poe or it's going to be Deshaun Jackson. Now, before I continue with this video on the topic of playoffs, brother, we got playoff football on tomorrow, man, and you better believe we're rocking some picks on Underdog Fantasy for the big games. On the screen is what I'm rocking with. If you guys want to copy my picks, I'm going to leave Underdog linked down below in the description. If you sign up today, you get so many boosts, bro. If you download the app, which is available to use in a bunch of states where regular gambling isn't, such as Florida or California, and put in the promo code SWIFT, you're going to get access to all that good stuff. Check it out. All right, now I kind of got ahead of myself in this video, but there's also a Boomer Esiason up for 1 million coins right now. That would be an insane deal. And you know what? You could actually do this set a couple times, but it's a little bit risky to go through and just do it 2 times over immediately. For me personally, though, I already bought my 95 overall player. Again, you'd want to find that card at about 1.2, let's call it, but as long as there's good margin in there, you're fine. Now, for me, of course, I spent 1.1 million coins on my 95 overall player, and then I just spent 100,000 coins on my other 92 overall card, and now I'm in a situation where I can get this set completed. Now, here's one tip you guys need to know, and that's going to be calculating how many coins you're going to get back after EA Sports is taxed. So let's say, for example, I sell my card for 1.8 million coins. Let's say it's Deshaun Jackson. I put him up for 1.8 right now. Go to your calculator and multiply that number by 0.9. 0.9 will tell you how many coins you're going to get back after tax. Now, for me, that's going to be 1.62 mil if I sell my Deshaun at 1.8. And remember, I just spent 1.2 million coins to get this set completed. So in there's about 400,000 coins of profit margin. That's very, very good. And again, these are important calculations you're going to want to do before you start buying your players. That's why in this video I said it's only a 10-second method. It only takes a couple seconds to buy these cards, but it's important you run your numbers. You see exactly how many coins you're going to be getting back from your card. You go through, you see which card is most expensive. We've gone through those steps. We've seen Deshaun Jackson is expensive. We know he's on a team that's still in the playoffs. We know he's got good stats. We know he's expensive on MUT.GG, and we know how many coins we're getting back in return after this player sells. I did all those calculations, and then it was time to buy my players. Now, again, the only reason why I bought that card for 1.1 originally is because I knew that was a good deal. I had already ran my numbers off camera instead of just showing them to you guys on camera. That's why I bought my card. But again, there are some good options you guys can select. Me personally, I'm going to go to Deshaun Jackson. I think that the Chris Jones is not bad. And moment of truth, let's see his recent sales. His recent sales are kind of going to depict the picture for how many coins we can realistically get from this player. As you guys can see, he sold for 1.998 19 minutes ago. He sold for 1.998 2 hours ago. I'm going to put mine up for just under 1.8 million coins. That's still going to give me a good profit margin. I'll put him up for like 1.79 right here. And I think this is a solid number. I'm tossing them up for 8 hours. Again, these cards, they can take a while to sell. Sometimes they will, because these are expensive cards. They don't have a ton of volume. It's not like every single person is going through here and just buying Deshaun Jackson's at 95. It's a bit more of a niche market. And that's why it's very important you guys are going through and doing your due diligence. Now, Boomer Esiason is another card that I can buy and another set that I can complete right here. I am confident I can sell off whoever I'm able to turn this player into for more than 1.1 mil. So I'm going to actually do this twice in today's video. Also, like Chris Jones the second time. The reason why I'm doing this again is A, you can do this as many times as you want to, but B, that card at 1 million coins is a great deal. Being in for 1.1 mil to get Chris Jones right now, who I'm going to pick and sell for like 1.6, 1.7, there's a very, very big profit margin in there. Like realistically in this video, I might have just made 1 million coins, right? It's kind of insane. Now, obviously it takes coins to make coins. You need coins to actually be able to do this method. I just spent a lot of coins to do this, but this set just costed us 1.1 mil. I'm going to take Chris Jones. We'll see how much that card is going to be selling for. Sorry, not Chris Jones, Dontari Poe. I keep on saying Chris Jones. It's Dontari Poe. I'm going to take Dontari Poe. We'll see how many coins we can sell this card for. Remember, there were 0 of him on the auction block, so I'm kind of going to be relying on recent sales right here in order to put mine up. I'm going to put mine up for the exact same price of 1.795 that sold 12 minutes ago. Remember, there's not a ton of volume when it comes to these players, but this card, there's 0 of on the auction block. So if you want this card right now, you simply gotta buy mine. I just built that card for 1.1 mil, and I'm now selling him for 1.7. That is an insane amount of profit margin. Now, if you guys watching this want to stay up to date with more ways to make coins, be sure you hit that red subscribe button down below. I drop coin making methods every single week, and I literally just made 1 million coins in this video. So if you want to stay up to date, hit that red sub button. It will make you coins. It will build you a better team, and it's absolutely free. Everything I show you is absolutely free. And also, if you want to take your support above and beyond, the only thing that I'm selling you on is code SWIFT on Underdog Fantasy. So if you want to check it out, you want to support the channel. I've made you a lot of coins. Signing up and making your first deposit supports my channel a ton. I'll leave a link in the description. Use code SWIFT. And until next time, I'm out. Love y'all. See ya. Peace.